Today we have another golf cart battery to test. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Cxeny brand 48 volt, 125 amp hour lithium iron phosphate metal cased golf cart battery. This is made by a company that I never heard of before, so I was kind of interested to test it, and it's also 125 amp hours. And I don't think I've reviewed 125 amp hour golf cart battery size. Most of them are either 105 amp hours or 150 amp hours. So this might be kind of a middle ground if you don't want to get the biggest one or the smallest one. This battery is equipped with a 200 amp smart BMS, so it has Bluetooth function. You can connect it to your phone. It's rated at 200 amp continuous. It can provide 250 amps for 60 seconds, 400 amps for 35 seconds, and the max peak is 900 amps for 0.3 seconds. So if you have a really big, really powerful golf cart, this should be able to take any of the starting surge wattage or surge amperage that your golf cart can produce. And 200 amp BMSs seem to be pretty standard on a lot of these golf cart batteries. And that's kind of the reason you want to run a golf cart specific battery and not just a server rack battery or any other 48 volt style battery, especially if you really want to use this in your golf cart. Now this battery is sold as a combo, just like you see it here. So you get the battery itself, you also get one of these nice LCD displays. And this looks very familiar to some of the other displays that we've had on the channel with some other batteries. So I'm hoping it's very similar to those because these seem to be pretty good. And then you also get an 18 amp charger. So you don't got to buy anything else with this combo. You also do get 2 different pigtails for your charger. You get one set with alligator leads. This allows you to just connect it directly to the battery's posts, or you can wire in another separate pigtail. That way you just leave this on your golf cart, connect the charger to this pigtail, and this is going to be wired directly to your battery. You're not going to use your stock golf cart charger, especially if you have a lead acid cart. All you're going to do is install this. You can even install the charger in the golf cart if you want, and all you have to do is run an extension cord, plug this into the wall, and it's gonna safely and accurately charge up your battery. And at the time of making this video, you can buy this on Amazon right now for $1,100. And in today's video, I intend to see if this thing is worth the $1,100. We're gonna do a bunch of testing. We're also gonna open this thing up and take a look at the build quality, and we're gonna do our best to kind of judge the quality and see if it's worth the $1,100. And this battery does state it has a 5-year warranty. Now I can't vouch on how good that warranty is gonna be if you ever had to use it, but it is something to start with, I guess, saying it has a 5-year warranty. So nice metal case. It looks like it screws together, so it's gonna be very easy to take this apart. You get nice metal spring-loaded carrying handles on the top. That's gonna make it easy to move around because this thing is not light. It weighs around 100 pounds. On one side here, you get these nice metal feet with slots cut out. So if you want to bolt this solidly to your golf cart, I'm more than likely just going to use a big strap. That's what I normally use in my setups, but you can also bolt this thing down. It's got those nice feet. Here's going to be the business end of this battery. You have a positive terminal, negative terminal. These use M8 terminal bolts. These are nice, big, wide, nice contact area terminals. They appear to be plated. Here's your communication port. This is where we're going to connect the screen to. You have an on-off switch, which I really like to see because I want to be able to turn my battery off, especially if you're going to park a golf cart long-term. It's a good idea to fully charge it up, turn the battery off. That way there's no chance your battery is going to run down connected to your golf cart. And then you also get an vent right here because this is a metal case sealed battery. They have to put this for safety. I'm going to go ahead and get our screen connected. Let's see how good this thing is. And the screen also comes with a bunch of hardware, so you can mount this however you want. It's got a couple different brackets as well as a bunch of bolts. And the cable itself from the screen to the battery is very long, so you can have this thing routed pretty much anywhere you want. Simply plug the screen in. You got to screw this little collar so it stays secured. Now I'm going to turn the battery on. I'm going to verify that we have output using this meter. Yep, 53.3 volts. If we turn it off, we get no voltage. You get a little bit of residual voltage, but it does shut on and off the output, so that's nice. Now we're going to turn the screen on. The screen is pretty much exactly what I expected. We've seen this a ton of times. A ton of batteries use this screen. You get your current, your voltage, your BMS temperature, as well as time to empty. So when you actually have a load on this, you're going to actually know how long you can run it. If you go to page 2, just tells you cycles. So this thing has 1 cycle, so it's literally brand new. Temperatures, you can turn on and off the discharge, and it also tells you your remaining capacity. So we're at 91%. And page 3 is really nice because you get all the individual cell voltages. So if for some reason you have a bad cell or you suspect you're having an issue with the battery, you can go straight over to the cell voltage screen and you can verify all the cells are working as designed, or if you have a low or a high cell. These things all appear really well balanced. If you guys look, all the numbers are really close. So this thing's extremely well balanced out of the box. Now, normally I do the teardown at the end, but I'm kind of curious to see how this thing's built. So I think we're gonna go ahead and pop the cover off, take a good look at it now before we start testing it. So now we can get a pretty good look at the battery. We have a nice JBD BMS, so that is a good brand. We've seen that used in a lot of batteries. Terminals are bolted on there, nice sheaved cables for the main negative wires. And it looks like you get 2 wires for that, maybe 6 gauge. Your main positive wire is 1 single cable, feels like a 4 gauge. All the cells are nicely spot welded together. They have bolt-on balance terminals. The wiring for the balance wires are nicely zip tied up these metal support brackets. These metal support brackets also provide internal strength for the cells themselves. And what's interesting is the cells aren't very tall. So if you look right here, there's a lot of empty space in the box. So they definitely could have shrunk this down a little smaller if they wanted to. Now it is good to have a bunch of room in here though to help keep the BMS cool. And the BMS is sitting nicely on its own metal plate that's bolted down. There is quite a bit of wiring going on here. This is a little bit loose. These are kind of loose. I probably would have maybe zip tied these up a little bit better. They did add some zip ties, so there was some attempt to kind of wire manage a little bit, but I probably would have done a little bit better job on that personally. Also, the temp sensor is kind of just chilling right here. I don't know how accurate that's going to read the cell temperatures, but there is a temp sensor here and a temp sensor here. So that at the very least is going to give you an idea what the inside of the battery temperature is. And there's more than likely a temp sensor built into the BMS as well. None of the pressure relief valves are covered. And that's it. It's a pretty simple layout. We have 8 cells and 8 cells. And then our main positive and main negative outputs from those are right here. And each cell actually has 2 spot welds per terminal. So that's nice, should give you good connections. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to show what type of cell they're running because even if I take these metal brackets off, there's a fiberglass sheet underneath the bus bars and the bus bars are welded. So there's really no way to get into this. You wouldn't really be able to do anything with this battery if you wanted to replace a cell or service it. Here's our Bluetooth module for the BMS. So overall, not bad, could definitely be better, but it's not the worst I've seen. And all these connections here, they did put some potting on them, so that should help them resist any sort of vibrations. And these terminals are also really nice and thick, the main positive and main negative. Now here's the top cover. There is actually a rubberish seal around this thing. It should keep some amount of moisture out of it. Also, one other thing I noticed, the battery feet don't look like they sit flat. So if you look, this thing can kind of rock back and forth. Just a small nitpick, but it is something I noticed. Now this charger it comes with is a pretty standard charger. I probably have like 3 or 4 of these chargers. So there's nothing really special about it, but it is just a standard off-the-shelf charger, 18 amps. And that's kind of the one good value item that you tend to get with a lot of these golf cart battery combos is, you know, this is about the same price as some server rack batteries. You get a little bit more capacity, you get a charger, and you get a screen. And we're charging with about 18.2 amps. Now using the JBD BMS app that I already have on my phone, I was able to find this battery. We're gonna connect to it. And there we are, we're all connected. It shows charging, 18 amps, 974 watts. Now the only thing I don't like about this app is I haven't figured out how to look at individual cells just yet. I've had a lot of issues with that. So the app is pretty bare bones. However, it does work as designed and it does give you all the information that you'd want to see. And the app can also be used in a guest mode so you don't have to create an account. I just finished the capacity test on the Cxeny golf cart battery. We had it connected to the Dadu Boss power cart running it at a 0.2C load. And we were able to run it down to about 42 volts and we got a total of 123.17 amp hours. So a little bit shy of the full 125 amp hour rating. Now, one thing I did notice when I was fully charging the battery and checking the cell voltages, I did have one cell hit the high voltage cutoff significantly ahead of the rest. I think if we allowed this battery to maybe balance a little bit better, we could potentially get the full 125. It's just they're not very well balanced and you have to kind of cycle the battery a few times in order to get the balancing a little bit better. Because most of these batteries just use a passive style balancing BMS, it really does take them a while to fully balance out versus if they had an active balancing BMS, it'd be able to more accurately and quickly balance all the cells. 123 amp hours still isn't bad. You're still gonna get a lot of the capacity that you're advertised, but not quite the full amount. All right, well, as you guys can see, we're in the middle of doing the install in order to do some golf cart testing with this battery. Now, this is a 2009 EasyGo RXV golf cart. I really like this golf cart because it's 48 volts and it has an AC motor drive from the factory. So it's got really good torque and pretty decent speed. Now the problem I'm running into, because this is a 125 amp hour battery, it's just slightly longer than a standard 100 amp hour golf cart battery, and it doesn't look like it's gonna fit in the battery tray. So if you look right here, we have the plastic for the battery tray right there. It's kind of hard to see, and it's actually hitting the metal foot. So I think if I remove the metal feet from the battery on both sides, then I could probably get this thing to fit. But look, you can see how it's hitting right here, and it's just barely hitting it. So if you have an EasyGo RXV, may be a little too long, but let me see what I can do about getting this thing to fit. All right, after trimming the feet off the side of the battery, this thing actually fit in here very snug, no left and right movement, and all I do to secure my batteries is just put one ratchet strap over it, and that seems to work just fine. It's not ideal that you have to trim the feet off, but if you were absolutely set on using this battery with this type of golf cart, it took me maybe 5 minutes with an angle grinder just to score the foot, tap it with a hammer, and kind of break them off. Now we're gonna go for a quick rip. We're gonna try to find some big hills to climb, and we're also gonna observe how many amps the golf cart is pulling from this battery. All right, here we are in the golf cart. We're gonna go from a dead stop. Go to the right a little bit. All right, here we go. Extreme hill climb test 1. This is gonna see if the battery's gonna cut out under a super heavy load. Oh, that was too easy. We're gonna find another steeper hill to do the same test. Climbs like nothing. Tons of power. We're gonna go down this very steep hill. This one's a little bit steeper and there's full of grass. It doesn't look as steep as it is on camera, but it's pretty steep. Oh no. It's like zzz. Whoa. All right, we're gonna do another dig, so I'm gonna go flat to the floor. Saw about 130 amps. Now, if you're planning to do a lithium battery conversion on your golf cart, I do highly recommend it. This thing has so much more power. Speed is about the same because speed is more of a voltage thing than an amperage thing, but the cart feels more peppy because there's no voltage sag versus the lead acid, and you're also gonna have a ton of weight savings. Now, as far as range, what you could expect to get out of 125 amp hours, I would assume is about 60 miles because a 100 amp hour battery normally gives you anywhere between 40 to 50 miles. And that also depends on how you drive it. If you're full speed, you're gonna use the battery faster. But if you're just kind of putting around, you can definitely get probably a full day of riding out of this battery. And the cart runs amazing. That's gonna wrap up our testing of this Cxeny 125 amp hour 48 volt golf cart battery. As always, there will be a link down in the description if you want more information and current price on this model of battery. Thank y'all for watching. Leave any suggestions in the comments and anything else you guys wanna see, let me know. I'm gonna be there responding to as many as possible. Thank y'all very much if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll see you on the next one.